I think we need to have an awkward conversation.
Not another one.
I'm afraid they keep coming thick and fast. There are so many things that we need to bottom out.
Is it why that dog's really odd looking?
No,
it's not that one.
no,
Okay.
not on this occasion.
Okay.
This one is about, is there anybody out there actually buying dental practices? And if there are, who are they? Who's buying dental practices?
Everybody.
Well, literally everybody.
Everybody is buying a dental practice.
Well, so all these people that we've met this morning in the park, they're buying them.
They're all buying dental practices.
Wow, who knew? Who knew?
Everybody. Well, no, seriously. There is quite a few people buying dental practices.
Give me some numbers. When you say quite a few, what? A
Well,
couple of hundred?
all I can tell you on our database, over 5,000, 5,200. I don't know the up-to-date numbers, but it's in the thousands. And they're private individuals. There's some corporates in there. But basically, if you look at who would want to buy a practice, well, who do you think would want to buy a practice?
I suppose if you own a practice and you're looking to sell it, the start point, if you have a partner, is, and quite often if you do have a partner in your business, you would actually have a legal obligation within your partnership agreement or shareholders agreement to offer it to that person in the first instance anyway. So I guess an obvious one is existing partners. They may want to buy your business.
Who else?
Within the same practice, you've also got associates.
Yes.
Because very often where the associate works in a practice, they're known by the team, they're known by the patients. So actually they could represent quite a decent opportunity for someone to acquire the practice. Because there's many characteristics that are known. I guess the issue and the downside there is what you don't want to do is only discuss it and have the negotiations individually with the associate, because you might not get best price because you're only talking to one person.
And do you think that those people, the associates, should get a cheaper price than anyone else?
Well, it's a misconception, isn't it? I think if the practice owner wishes to gift a discount,
yes,
that's their choice. It's their practice. It's their decision. There isn't actually an obligation or a structure that says because an associate works in the practice, they are entitled to a discount. That would be a gift from the principal, because in reality, whilst associates are without doubt major contributors to a practice, they are being paid for the work they do, and it's a practice that provides the environment. So it's a practice that owns the goodwill. So they would need to acquire that goodwill. But as I say, I think if a vendor wanted to give a discount, that would be their choice. So when you step outside of the practice environment, with the partners and the associates, I guess then we move into the realms of the 5,000 people that you were talking about. So these are all the independent dentists out there looking to get either their foot on the first rung of the ownership ladder, in that they don't own a practice at all and they're working as an associate, or they're people who already own practices. They may have 1, 2, they may even be a mini corporate with 5 practices or more. Or then I guess you escalate up to the large corporate owners who could have 50, 60, 80, 100 practices or more. And is there a difference in there in terms of, is one market more attractive than another? Is there a difference in there really?
The answer is there's lots of buyers, as you say, from different types of buying. And the interesting difference is the values that they will pay and the desires of the buyer. So
different markets would pay different prices?
Yep. So, because what you've got to remember is, if an individual wants to buy a dental practice because they really want the practice, and especially after, what's happened to associates during COVID and their pay rates and all that stuff, then they may well pay a higher amount of money because there's an emotional purchase in there.
Right.
I think that the easiest one to think
I guess
about
you're buying a bit of security as well, aren't you?
Yeah, so
lacking.
Financially, you're buying your security. Financially, you're hopefully buying an increased revenue than you were before. But also, it's a bit like, isn't it? When you want to buy a house, if you see a house and okay, the market value is, I don't know, whatever it is, 750,000, but this is a house that you've always wanted. It's located with a park. It's like, it's got all the things that you would tick your box, and you've been waiting for 3 years.
You're going to pay a little bit more for that house, aren't you?
A little bit more to win it. And that's the thing with the buying market, is there's a lot of buyers, a lot of different deals, and what you've got to do as a seller is actually explore all of those deals. Don't just think that one buyer or one type of buyer is your preferred.
Well, I suppose we know over the years, don't we, that that's how you get the best price. You get the best price by exploring all those opportunities. You know, we use a phrase a lot about going to the open market, and that's why it's important to go to the open market, because there could be somebody out there who just doesn't necessarily immediately jump onto your radar because you didn't know that person or you didn't think they'd be interested. And that might be the one, that might be the person that goes on to buy it.
That's right. So back to your original question, are there people buying practices? Yes, there's lots of people, but they are different types of buyers with different terms, with different values and prices.
Oh, really encouraging.
Very.
Yeah, it's a lovely day, isn't it? I mean, when you look at the beauty of here, it's stunning, isn't it?
It is, and there's that duck again.
Oh, he's back.